and it is Tuesday. Beautiful day here on the East Coast. I hope it's nice where you are. I hope you're safe. There's an ant on my arm. Oops. um, yeah, so I live draw in the news, and this is Haps. If you don't know Haps, you're in for a treat. You can join it and join it. You can download it on your phone and become participant and do your own live streaming, or you can follow those of us who are here and get notifications of when we're going live. And it's a really vibrant community. And hi, Lucia. Hi, Rita. Good to see you, Pablo. Hi, Pablo. So yeah, so I live draw something either in my studio or in the world. Like during the pandemic, I did it during in my studio the whole time. Of course, every day I was here drawing something in the news, but sometimes I'm out in the world drawing things live on location. So I do all kinds of things. I'm a cartoonist and a writer. But Haps, you can become part of Haps and follow me and other really interesting people. There's all kinds of people on Haps, not just artists, but musicians and chefs and um, political analysts and tour guides and you name it. They're here. It's great, and you can give broadcasters awards if you like what they're doing to support them, and you can also become their sponsors if you really like what they're doing, and you can give them a monthly, cup of coffee, $2.50 or $5 or whatever. It's a really great model. Haps is a really innovative. It's a new streaming platform, and it's very innovative and very supportive of its broadcasters. So thank you, Lucia. Lucia gave me a Super Heart Award, which is 30 cents. I really appreciate it. Hi, Bernie. Um, so anyway, let me turn this around. I'll start drawing. Today and yesterday were well, yesterday of course was Memorial Day, and I drew about it on Friday. But today I'm going to draw about something that I knew nothing about when I was until a couple years ago. It's the Tulsa Race Massacre, um, which was horrible. If you don't know about it, it was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Some white citizens and supported by the local government um, went into a section of Tulsa that was known as Black Wall Street and massacred, I think, 176 people, but they also 176 people died, but they also um, destroyed the businesses that these black folks had worked hard to create and really raise themselves up to a wonderful community of businesses and new endeavors and just anyway, the businesses were lost, people were killed, and we didn't hear about it. But now we're hearing about it more and more. In fact, Biden is in Tulsa today. Uh, the I believe that the citizens in Tulsa who lost their lives or their businesses need to be given reparations. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it should. And Biden, I just got an alert before going live that Biden, can you see what I'm doing? I apologize. I got so caught up in what I was doing, I couldn't see me drawing. Biden is there, and he announced that, at least this alert told me, that he's putting Kamala Harris in charge of working on voter suppression because the states, many of our states are trying to curtail voting rights more and more, in some cases, very subtle ways. But we need to keep our eyes on Republican senators and legislators and make sure they don't further curtail voting rights for anyone, let alone Black Americans. And so that's one of the things he's announced he'll do. And I imagine he's going to say more things in Tulsa. Is it happening now? I'm not sure. Um, so I'm trying to draw some people from 1921 that look like they're from 1921. Pablo, thank you for the award, Peace Award. Yes, we need peace. We need to all get along. We've got a long ways to go. Yeah, Marcia, is that how you say your name? They were jealous and outraged and believed it should be white owned. Yeah, it's pure racism, hatred, despicable behavior, horrible behavior, outrageous behavior, illegal behavior. Um, I'll put some color in here. So I did give it some thought. I thought, well, should I do a political cartoon about this? But I couldn't come up with anything, so I thought I'd just draw some people as I envision them with some help from Google Images. Um, Fleeing the horror and the terror. There's a Wikipedia page about it. If you Google Tulsa race massacre, you'll see a lot of things. And what is interesting is that you'll see some sites call it a race riot. Well, it wasn't a riot. It was started by white people, some of whom were backed with arms by the local government to attack blacks. Simple as that. Because they were jealous, as Marcia said, and they were frightened of blacks getting too successful. I'm reading a book now called Caste, which is about the caste system in the United States. And it's talking, I just started, so I'm not that far into it, but it's talking about race, that our caste system is about race. And this doesn't bleed. Apparently, when Martin Luther King traveled, he was well known, revered, and respected speaker in this country. I don't know what year this was, but he went to India to visit, a state visit, or not state visit, but a official visit by the Indian government. And the prime minister, I don't remember his name, but he introduced King as one of America's former untouchables, and untouchables are in India are the lowest caste. They're the people at the lowest rung. And King apparently was taken aback by this characterization. He didn't think of himself that way. I mean, he knew that he was a victim of racism, of course, but he didn't think of himself as untouchable or lower caste. It was not really talked about in those terms. But it's a baked-in system, and we certainly have it. We're taught it when we're born. We're taught what the system is, what the hierarchy is, and we're taught it in schools. We're taught it in our homes, and we just continue it on. We got to stop it. We got to stop it. There's a piece of black thing there. I often work on my iPad, but for these in-studio sessions, I kind of like to use um, paper and pencil and ink and watercolors. Um, these colors I'm using are Dr. Martin's dyes, which are ink. This is my palette, maybe most of my palette. It's a mess, but it works. That's what you guys are saying. Any more comments? Tell me where you're calling. Tell me where you're coming from, where you're joining from. always love hearing people are joining me from all kinds of places, different parts of the world. HAPS is international. If you just joined me, I'm broadcasting from HAPS, which also the other great thing about HAPS is it multi-broadcasts. It simultaneously broadcasts to other platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Reddit, and YouTube. Hope I remember to click the right buttons. You have to sort of remember to do that when you're broadcasting. But anyway, let's see. What color should I make the teddy bear? Mm, ooh, yellow went into the green. That doesn't look good. I'm gonna make the teddy bear yellow. It's bleeding a little bit. Can you see? Must have been terrifying. I can't even imagine. People were well-to-do, middle-class, upper-middle-class blacks in Tulsa, Oklahoma, that were chased from their homes and assaulted and killed um, just because of the color of their skin. And her bow needs a color. Somebody's from France. Hello. Um, I'm drawing about a unfortunate, horrible. Unfortunate is not the right word. Event in 1921 in our country, in Oklahoma, where 176 massacre. Oops, I knew I would do that. I'll fix it in Photoshop. Take you out a holder now and see if anybody's saying anything. San Domingo, yes, Lucia, you're in San Domingo. Hope you're well. So that's it for today, guys. I'm going to try to broadcast frequently, maybe every day. We'll see. Waiting for this to turn around. It seems to be frozen. Um, there we go. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you again tomorrow. I think I'm going to be in New York City tomorrow. Today I'm in the Hudson Valley, which is north of New York City. So I'll probably live draw something in the city tomorrow if you want to join me. But you have to join HAPS to get the notification and follow me and get the notification when I go live. And I love drawing New York City and walking around and showing my HAPS followers things in the city that I love. So take care, everybody. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great evening or afternoon or morning, wherever you